Korean traditional fairy tales. The Naughty Bear, Grandpa, and Roe Deer. In a quiet rural village, an elderly, white-haired grandfather was making a living by plowing a field with his young grandson. Then one day, a grumpy bear appeared near his grandfather's field and mistreated his grandfather by violently stealing the crops. He once planted radishes, but took away half of them by claiming that the land was his. The grandfather was frustrated and angry after being constantly harassed. But the opponent was a wild bear that was more than twice the size of a human. He had no choice but to lose every time, as he could only endanger his life if he tried recklessly. One day, while his grandfather was coming down from cutting wood, he happened to pass by a colony full of wild roses and actinidia. "I thought it would be a good idea to give it to my grandson as a snack. And when I was about to take some and go out, the evil bear appeared again." The kind-hearted old man still gave the bear some wild roses and thyme. But instead of thanking him, the bear became so grumpy that he couldn't bear to ask for more. In fact, this was the grandfather's first time seeing the colony. But the bear thought that the grandfather had stolen the colony without telling him about it, and threatened to kill it if he did not pick up plenty of wild vines and sagebrush and give them to him. The grandfather was shocked by the bear's grumpiness. But the bear's attitude was so stubborn that he had no choice but to follow his words this time. One day, while going to the market to buy groceries, the grandfather saw a roe deer with an injured leg at the bottom of a cliff. He was surprised and rushed to treat the deer's wound. When he heard the story from the deer, he also complained that while being harassed by an evil bear, the deer was suddenly thrown off a cliff for failing to bring food, and suffered a serious injury to its leg. Moreover, because of the bear's evil deeds, the animals in this area were saying all kinds of evil things, wishing that the bear would die quickly or disappear far away. The grandfather said he had a good idea, and after calling Roe Deer and the animals, they all planned a plan together. The next day, when the grandfather entered the colony and was picking wild grapes and wild roses, the bear ran in again and demanded the grandfather to give him the wild grapes and wild roses. The grandfather obediently gave them to the bear and told him to be careful, because hunters are out hunting big bears these days. When the bear heard this, he was momentarily embarrassed and scared. So the animals hiding elsewhere imitated the hunter's voice. The bear was so startled that he begged his grandfather to hide him in the tree trunk, and the grandfather hid him in the tree trunk. After a while, the animals came running, and the grandfather denied seeing the bear as planned, and the animals said they thought there was something in the tree. The bear got scared once more and quickly told his grandfather to fool him into thinking he was a piece of wood, and pretend to chop him with an axe. The grandfather did as the bear said, and immediately hit the bear with the back of an axe. And the bear, hit by the back of the axe, screamed and ran away without even looking back. The grandfather and the animals cheered as they chased the bear away. And from then on, no one suffered from the tyranny of the evil bear anymore.